All right, magandang gabi po. Welcome everyone. Welcome to another Alpha TV episode. Of course, brought to you by Aztecs PH Academy. Good evening. My name is Felix Concepcion Viroya, founder and CEO of Aztecs PH Academy, and we warmly welcome you to another learning session brought to you by Alpha, co-presented by Grace Apparel, IXLCIE Review Center, Farmbox, and of course, Pinoy IEs. I hope you had your early dinner because we will be doing another fruitful and engaging session about relevant topics in today's 21st century workplace. Without further ado, let me introduce our speaker for tonight. Our speaker is none other than the Chief Operations Officer and the one that leads the data science, data analytics programs here at Aztecs PH Academy. He has his bachelor's degree in industrial engineering from Letran, has his Master of Science in Industrial Engineering from Mapua University, his Master's of Data Science from IBM, and currently preparing to, of course, partake on another level of academic pursuit for his PhD in data science from a university here in the Philippines. And tonight, he will be sharing something about a mix of topics that is very relevant, especially for young professionals like you and me. This topic is all about SigMachine learning, complementing Lean Six Sigma by data science. Without further ado, please help me welcome our subject matter expert, our mentor for tonight, none other than Engineer Joshua I.L. Palisoc. Sir Jojo.
Alright, ayan. So, magandang gabi Sir Lex and magandang gabi sa ating Alpha TV viewers, Team Zoom and Team YouTube. Ayan, so it's very nice to see you once again for a very long time, no? Parang kailan lang, no? Pero ayan, for us it's parang ang tagal-tagal namin din nag-Alpha TV at sobrang namin na-miss yung mga ganitong session, no? And Sir Lex, thank you for that wonderful introduction. Yan, na-spill na ang aking sikreto ngayon. Yan, will be pursuing doctor for data science in a university here in the Philippines. Ayan, so I think we can start na, no? Ayan. So, to give you a hint of what we're going to do or to discuss tonight, so actually, this is all about ayan, SigMachine learning, no? So, complementing Lean Six Sigma by data science. So, sir, bakit ba natin kailangan pang pagsamahin yung Six Sigma at machine learning? So, this is what I learned from being a full-time practitioner of Lean Six Sigma, going to data science, wherein I'm really pursuing anything about data, no? That they are not against each other. What I learned is that Six Sigma and machine learning, data science is with each other. Hindi lang pala natin siya na nare-realize before, but they are not up to each other, no? So ngayong gabi i-explain natin how do they complement, no? How data science complement Lean Six Sigma practice in today's era, no? So let's start. Our discussion will be for those people na hindi alam kung ano ibig sabihin ng Six Sigma, Lean Six Sigma, and how Six Sigma evolve over time. And next is what is machine learning, since the title is SigMachine learning. Ayan. Now we're going to compare the Six Sigma, the data science, and the machine learning. And ano kaya yung insight ng mga tao on the merging of the three, and what are the commons between Six Sigma, machine learning, or data science, and how do they complement each other? So now let's start. First is what is Six Sigma. So this excerpt is from our formal definition of Six Sigma from the trainings, no, we conducted. It is defined by 3 M's. Six Sigma is defined by metric, which is a data-driven methodology. This is a scientific method of problem-solving approach, and a management system because you are going to work with teams. So, In essence, in a formal definition, Six Sigma is a problem-solving approach, specialized tools, data-driven, reduce process variation. We don't want a very large variation in essence, but we wanted a controllable variation or a natural variation. So, ginagamit po ang Six Sigma, yan, to close a gap, whether the gap would be a problem or an opportunity. So this is a practice already, no? So for those IEs, ayan, sobrang lakas na ng ingay ng Six Sigma over the years. I can still remember way back 2015 when we had our green belt that's so expensive, ano? So that's why ngayon, 'di ba, very ano na siya, very affordable na yung investment natin. So that is Six Sigma. Ngayon, paano ba nag-evolve yung Lean Six Sigma over time or Six Sigma over time? So let's have some catch up here. It started with Lean way back in Toyota 1940, led by Taiichi Ono, the head engineer of Toyota, aims to reduce the waste or eliminate the waste. And then followed by Motorola, which introduced by Doc Michael Harry and Bill Smith on 1980. That's after 40 years, no? However, after 20 years, nung early 2000s, no, based sa mga researches and the article that was published, nag-evolve na agad ang Six Sigma into Agile Six Sigma, if you can hear it, no? By the way, no, yan, may mga trainings ng Agile na ngayon. So hindi lang siya ganun kaingay right now. However, they are already evolving. Agile Six Sigma is a way of adapting or quick adaptation to new technology since we are entering an industry 4.0. After Agile Sigma, we have Lean Six Sigma for theory of constraints, we have Lean Six Sigma for supply chain already, and other variation. And then data science comes in. Kasi sobrang need ng data. Remember, one meaning of Lean Six Sigma is metric, which is data-driven. We decide based on data. However, no? However, sobrang onti pa lang ng tao, there are very few people who wanted or can analyze the data that we have right now. It's just like swimming in sea. I'm referring to the sea that connects to the Pacific Ocean. Ganon kalaki yung data that we have right now. No? Isipin mo, kokonti lang kayo, pero ang laki ng dagat na pinaglalangoyan nyo. Ayun yung analogy or ayun yung ratio ng data versus on those people who can analyze data right now. And that is really a problem for those people who are practicing process improvement. Why? Because we are only improving, no, one sector per one sector. Kasi nga, by definition ng Six Sigma kanina, it's a specific problem-solving approach. When we have specific, we will go on the micro scale level of the institution. And that's really a problem. Kapag marami ka ng data, and then konti lang yung nagiging practitioner, right? Hindi natin na-utilize yung data. Maybe it's too late for us that we'll be able to decide, no? Kasi ang daming data dumating, hindi natin na-analyze ngayon kasi nga we are not employed with the right tools. We have to cope up on the entry point of data with our decision making. That's where data science will come into the picture. The data science, yung name niya before, is big data, data mining, and it is formally discussed as data science way back on 2015 up to now. Another branch of data science is machine learning. Ang funny nga ngayon, wherein people automate and machine is learning, right? However, bakit natin kailangan pasukan ng machine learning ang isang principle for improvement? So, here's why. So, but before that, I'll explain to you, here is the data that we need to analyze. 44 zillion bytes of data by 2020, that's 44 times in a span of 11 years, ganun karami agad yung data. We are not growing on a straight line method. We are not growing linear, but our data are growing exponentially. So, ibig sabihin, we have to cope up, no? Baka hindi natin alam na iba na palang kailangan ng tao ngayon, no? So, therefore, we need the right tools to make the right decision. So, yan, machine learning, AI, saan ba siya ina-apply? Nabigyan ko lang kayo ng konting concepts. So, AI is redefining industries by providing greater personalizations to users and automating process. Nag-boom ang automation for Lean Six Sigma, no? Nung time na dumami or nag-mature ang robotics. Okay, i-automate natin yung process as a part of Lean Six Sigma kasi napapabilis niya yung process. It reduces waste, it reduces variation, so i-automate natin. Same goes with the evolution of automation. Look, we have already a self-driving cars, no? We have the AI, no, for the chess is getting more intelligent as time goes by. Meron na tayong Siri, 'di ba? So Siri actually is designed for blind people. Yan. However, it was proven that it really helped their users para voice prompt na lang. Then we have the Amazon Echo, yan, no? So we have Google's AlphaGo, kung saan it's a game, no? More of game with the AI, with the robots, and we have Concierge with the IBM Watsons. Yan. Meron na rin tayong Jollybots, right? How intelligent are they to do these things without human supervision? Right? They automate, therefore they reduce the waste, they reduce the variation. That's Lean Six Sigma already. However, only few people, only few companies only apply that. So ngayon, what's the challenge, no? Ayan, another examples of sci-fi movies with the concepts of AI. Kung napanood niyo na yan, The Terminator, ayan, no? So, ayan yung mga ano ba to? Yung mga sci-fi movies natin before, no? Ayan. Meron pa tayo ngayon Iron Man, 'di ba? Yan. Yung iba dito hindi na natin naabutan, yung iba dito naabutan pa natin. Ayan, no. So ayan yung mga ina-applyan ng AI or artificial intelligence. So now, ano yung mga data facilities in recommendations in terms of machine learning? Have you experienced right now that when you find something in the marketplace, for example, all of your feeds are related to what you search. They are interconnected. Ito yung mga kiniklik natin sa application na, do you agree with the terms and conditions? O syempre, diretso click na natin yan without reading per paragraph. That is already waiving your rights that I'm waiving my rights. Sige, hanapin mo ang aking search history para hindi na ako mahirapan, 'di ba? You recommend something for me. That's how Netflix work, right? So Netflix, dahil pinanood mo to, bibigyan kita ng recommendation na to. Okay? So same goes with Amazon. Sabi dito sa Amazon, no? Amazon collects data from users and recommends the best product according to the user's pattern. We are getting the pattern. And here's the common. Data science work with patterns. Lean Six Sigma, in the control phase, we wanted to see a pattern. Kailan nagkakaroon ng defect? Kailan nag-occur yung problem? They have something in common. Why? Mamaya, i-explain ko na ayoko munang i-spoil, no? So, meron na tayong mga common grounds. We have the patterns already. We have data. Ayan. So now, let's see the relationship between the AI, ML, and data science. Ano ba yung pagkakaiba nilang lahat? So let's start with your data. Meron kang data here. So meron kang malaking data. Pwede yan pumasok sa tatlong way. Unsupervised learning. When we say unsupervised learning, you are predicting something, you are forecasting something that don't have results in the past. You are checking the patterns. Ay, ayaw magsulat yan. Patterns. And then you'll get the features. Another one is you transform your data. Here comes the data management, no? You clean your data para mag-increase yung kanilang accuracy. You clean the data, you visualize it, you transform it para makakuha ka ng insight. That is part of the data science para makuha yung features that machine learning. Next is kung wala kang kung ayaw mo mag-forecast based sa pattern, you can go on the deep learning. Deep learning is that you have to feed more data, no, para ma-mine or mahukay niya what's the principle behind those data para magkaroon siya ng prediction. So this is step number 2. You see the features and then after that, you see the prediction. Now, you already have the historical data, you already have the big data itself, you already have the algorithm. It's time for you to create an insight. So when we say insight, this is what you think about the data. And everyone's perspective is different or everyone's insight is different from each other. So what makes it uniform? Kung saan pareho kayo ng insight. In our data science circle, when we are playing or we are toying with some of the data, meron akong insight, nakapag-graph ako, I'll pass the big data to other data scientists, like, try mo nga, gawa ka ng insight, check natin kung magmamatch yung insight natin. And then if nag-match yon out of the million, no, algorithm na pwedeng gawin at nag-match yon, therefore, it has a common insight na pwede nyong gawa ng action. Dito papasok yung Lean Six Sigma on the human decision. What's really the problem on that insight? Kumbaga, bago mag-define phase of the Six Sigma, no, nag-undergo ka ng thorough data cleaning, data management, no, data validation para makagawa ka ng action. And if you want to automate that decision, that's artificial intelligence. No? But if you want to have a human decision, that is Lean Six Sigma. Okay? So now, anong relasyon ng AI at ML? No? Yan. AI, it's just like an artificial decision making. Machine learning is the ability to learn without explicitly programmed. Hindi ko na kailangan i-program ng paulit-ulit yung data. Si computer na ang kukuha ng data based sa pattern. Kasi ganoon din naman tayo, 'di ba? Pag merong pattern on the past, we tend to create an insight or a decision based on that pattern. O for example, paulit-ulit ka ng tinaktan ng ganitong profile, no? Na jowa for example. In the future, pag ganito yung profile nan, most likely sasaktan din ako nan. Kasi you learned from the past. That's the principle of machine learning. They learn from the past. Machine learning actually is an approach of AI that is based on idea which can be accessed through data with ability to learn from it. Mapa-picture man yan, right? Mapa-structured data man yan, mapa-unstructured data man yan, natututo ang machine learning. Have you experienced right now that automated call na yung ginagawa ngayon, parang voice prompt na, ibig sabihin, kapag you sounded like it's a yes, therefore, it's a confirmation on the other line already, using your voice. No? Actually, I will reserve that to another topic, no? The power of your biometrics, your eyes, your facial features, your voice, your fingerprints, to create an AI, no? Pero look, para mapadali yung process, para ma-streamline yung process, i-automate na natin. That's machine learning. Yung principle behind that is Six Sigma. Kasi you want to reduce the variation. Okay? So now, by formal definition ng machine learning, It's the capability of AI to learn by extracting patterns from data, which is known as machine learning. No? So I am repeatedly saying the three or the two common things. Pattern, data. So ano ba yung mga features ng machine learning na nakikita nyong applicable right now? It uses the data to detect patterns in dataset. Like mag-a-adjust ka ng programs, ng actions, right? It focuses on the development of your technology. Six Sigma right now, okay, is evolving. The practice of Six Sigma right now is evolving. I can still remember that one of our projects in a private hospital here in the Philippines, no, unknown private hospital, is that we automated the process to be able to reduce the errors or the variation. Kasi kapag may human intervention, meron tayong tinatawag na appraisal, no? Magkakaiba tayo ng judgment. For example, for example, ako ay isang inspector. The inspector 1 judges the facilities differently from inspector 2. Okay? So ngayon, kung aalisin mo yung human intervention at papalitan mo siya ng automation, therefore, marireduce natin yung errors. Kasi may manual work. Remember, on your systems engineering, as long as there is a manual work, there will always be error. Okay? So, another feature ng machine learning is to grow and change exposed to new data. Ito yung kailangan ni Six Sigma. No? I need to take actions if new data comes in. Kasi it happens on the control phase wherein, sige, we monitor, no? We monitor our solution. What if there is a new data? Do I have to repeat the process from define again to create another project? Or do I just need to integrate a data science para hindi culture shock yung project ko kapag may bago akong data. Specifically, kapag malaki yung data na pumapasok. So sir, bakit may malaking data na pumapasok? Remember the growth of Six Sigma way back 2000s, there is an agile. We have to adapt fast. Therefore, data comes in very fast. How is your decision making? And this comes with your third part, no? To find hidden insights with iterative algorithms without being programmed. Ito yung mahirap when we are doing the analyze phase in Lean Six Sigma, because some of the things are qualitative, some of the things are quantitative. So therefore, if it is a qualitative, okay, what would be the insight across the team if it is a qualitative data? Anong mangyayari? What will happen to the insight that we need? And then it will go a downward spiral because of analysis paralysis. So, which means that machine learning helps Lean Six Sigma to avoid analysis paralysis by automating the patterns and creating hidden insights out of it. And then this leads us to number 4. This automates analytical model building. You can automate the process, you can automate the pattern recognition, therefore, it helps us to expedite the implementation of the Lean Six Sigma projects. We are not talking about the small data here. We are talking about millions of data in implementation of your process improvement. And that's a big challenge right now. So, paano ba dapat yung approach? For the traditional approach, you have data, you have program, no? And then, ipoprogram mo siya, magkaka-output na. Sa machine learning approach is that you have the data, you have the output, iprogram mo siya, you have the model. Okay? No? So, you have the data, you have the program, gawa ka ng algorithm, you have the output before. Ngayon, you have the data, meron ka ng output or results from historical data, you program it across So this is a supervised machine learning approach kasi meron tayong output or meron tayong result. And then, gagawa na siya ng model. Ito na yung ginagawa ng mga finance ngayon para hindi na mahirapan yung, for example, pag-accept ng loan, pag-accept ng credit card, right? Dati human intervention siya. Qualitative yung data na ginagamit. And qualitative, very prone to variation. Ngayon, i-automate natin, pwede mo na sabihin na, sir, kasi gawa ng system eh. No? Kasi po ito yung demographics mo. Way back before, there are repeated cases na bad credit based on your demographics. So which is why we don't allow you to take credit. See? Wala nang human intervention, na automate na yung process, napabilis yung process that it will take 1 week, magiging a matter of days na lang siya. Next, traditional approach, ganun siya. Meron kang problem at hand, you code the rules, you evaluate. If it is a pass, then proceed na siya sa production. If it is a fail, review yung error. However, pagdating mo ng machine learning approach, okay, ito siya. May problem at hand ka, you train an algorithm, o ito yung pattern, no? Nakapaggawa ka ng pattern. You divide it with your training data, no? And then you evaluate. Kapag pumasa, you have the production. Pero kapag fail, you review error. So sir, saan po dyan ang Lean Six Sigma in the picture? Ito siya. Lean Six Sigma shows you, here is the problem at hand. And then, tsaka tayo gumawa ng model to address that specific problem without the variation in the side of the practitioner. Kasi ayun na yung nagiging problem ngayon, no? Iba-iba na yung approach ng Lean Six Sigma, very diverse, no? Very different insight coming from different practitioners. Therefore, is it a good metric or a bad metric? No? Kasi if a Six Sigma practitioner addresses the variation in the process, wherein the real variation lies with the implementation, there's really a problem that we need to address for that. Diyan papasok si machine learning. Okay, sige na, i-automate na lang natin yung paggawa ng qualitative data para pare-pareho tayo ng insight. Pag pare-pareho tayo ng insight, we can arrive with a more specific decision. So now, we have here Six Sigma versus data science versus ML. The difference between data science and Six Sigma is not evident when people consider data analytics as the common branch between the two, no? So, ibig sabihin po, hindi siya byproduct ng dalawa. Hindi rin siya against each other. Ito yung sinasabi, no? They are not against each other, they are with each other. No, as we know, data science in 2022 is an interdisciplinary field that uses scientific methods, processes, data warehouses, what else? Data ethics, no, algorithms and systems to extract knowledge at insight from whatever kind of data you have. Maybe it's a structured or unstructured data. You gather actionable insights from it, no? Data science today compromise multiple disciplines such as comprises, no? Multiple disciplines. Meron tayong math, may stat, may comp sci tayo, may mga languages na tayong kailangan, may visualization, may data warehouse where you store, may machine learning, may deep learning, may NLP, etc., etc. However, on the other side, okay, Six Sigma is a methodology of process improvement and statistics concept that seeks to define the variation or the variation which is very present in the process. Ang premise lang ng Six Sigma methodology is that the variation is in a process leads to opportunities of errors, just what I am saying a while ago. Right? If this error leads to risk for product defects as well. We wanted to avoid a cobra effect, wherein nag-implement ka ng solution, mas napalala yung problem. Okay? So, ultimately, no, the marriage of the two creates an almost perfect process by reducing cost and increasing customer satisfaction. Ayan. Let's now go with the relationship between ML data and Six Sigma. As seen on your left, sorry, ayan. Data science is the use of statistical methods to find patterns. So these techniques are integrated into algorithms and they learn and improve on their own. Statistical machine learning uses the same math na meron ng Six Sigma and the techniques as data science. Machine learning facilitates AI as it enables actually the machine to learn the patterns. However, on the Six Sigma on the other side is a methodology of process improvement, statistics, concepts para makuha ang variation. See the common, we already have data, pattern, statistics. Ayun yung mga common part or common grounds ng Six Sigma and ML data science. Now, let's check ano ba yung insight ng mga professionals dito sa merging na to. Okay? Sabi ni Vishnu Priya, no? The question is beneficial ba talaga ang Six Sigma? Ang data science sa Six Sigma. Sure, it is beneficial. The Six Sigma course will help you to put the analysis in the perspective. Data analysis alone will be no of use unless you know how to use it. Let's say a multiple regression has no value if you don't know when to use it. Remember, regression is a tool both in Six Sigma and in data science. Mawawala ng saysay if hindi mo alam gagamitin. Hindi mo alam siya gamitin. Magbibigay lang dyan ng kulay yung Lean Six Sigma methodology natin. Next, a Six Sigma course will help you to put things into perspective and help you understand which tool to use under what circumstances. Parang ano lang to maganda yung kutsilyo mo, but you're just going to crack or you're just going to slice, let's say, yung mga panggisa natin. You don't know when to use it. Lean Six Sigma teaches you when to use it. Data science will teach you how to use it. Sabi ni Japan Trivedi, it depends on your objective. What exactly are you looking for? If you would like to go to X place and you need to choose transport for X place only, kung pupunta ka sa lugar, if you need to work on speed and improve productivity, you go for lean. But if you want to improve quality and reduce variation or the differences among the outputs, you choose Six Sigma. For much deeper analysis and detailed data mining, you use data science. However, whatsoever approach you use, ultimately, you need to implement it in your field. That's the third one. No? It's less like swimming. You must have to jump in water for the result for you to learn how to swim. No? And lastly, sabi ni Rajes, no, paano magko-complement yung dalawa? Only if you're willing to take the statistics from analytics at large and the overall methodology from Six Sigma. Like the MAIC, Six Sigma statistics got along things wrong over the years. And yes, no? Sorry. Today's data science or analytics professionals have to reason past these faults and frailties if they have to benefit from the DMAIC. And as the approaches, as someone who has worked with the quality space, was now with the analytics, pareho kami ng field, no? I'd recommend keeping the methodology flexible when solving problems. Different problems required different approaches. So, ibig sabihin, we have to bend now the approach of the MAIC because of data coming in. Ang dami ng data ngayon. We have structured data which comes in form of SQL or database or Excel. We have unstructured data which comes in the form of customer satisfaction, patterns in website visits, right? Your shares, your reactions, those are not measurable data. However, they have a very big impact on your decision making. Okay? So, now, let's have a Venn diagram of Six Sigma, data science, and ML. So, for data science, this already have the insights, the data and the features. And the common between data science and Six Sigma is a data. They both need or they both utilize data. Six Sigma has the methodology, no? And ML has the action, and data science have the features. However, the common between the three is prediction. In Six Sigma perspective, we have to predict and able to prevent. In data science perspective, we have to use the algorithm in order to predict. In machine learning, I predict, no? I automate prediction. I make prediction easier. No? So therefore, they blend, no? They blend perfectly for whatever practice you want to do. So we're now reaching the part wherein what's the complement? No? The complement lies between to create a methodology that is more efficient and competitive. I'm not addressing the faulties of Lean Six Sigma. I am addressing the what to call that? Siguro the lack of implementation, the lack of practitioners that needs to cope up with the world's requirement of data right now. We need to improve, right? However, how can we improve if we cannot handle big data? Lean Six Sigma is a very beneficial for processes that manage, collect, and analyze large data set. Same goes with data science. How do we do after we can predict? Anong magagawa namin? O, di naman pwedeng matapos sa algorithm lang. We have to create actions and we need a constructive methodology para mag-take place to. The end goal is to improve quality, you meet deadlines, you reduce errors. So when data analytics are coupled with Lean Six Sigma, this helps to build businesses, no, can quickly meet changing markets and demand. So since we are tied up with a certain methodology, okay, and then konti lang talaga yung may gusto, and then marami tayong data na nakukuha, we need to somehow automate the process in between the implementation of Lean Six Sigma. This goes with the predictability that can maintain the processes that achieve measurable results and you meet the customer demands. No, so now I'm going to demonstrate to you the line or how data science is part of the Lean Six Sigma. So let's have an example here. I'm going to address a CTQ. The CTQ characteristics is known as critical to quality. This is the quality set by your customers. Okay? So the loss function, I'm going to discuss the loss function. Itself is used to obtain the expected loss per group of items. Okay? So here's the example. What if we have 10,000 units of specific product per year who's most relevant to our critical to quality characteristics? So sabi dito, 15 millimeters lang yung target natin. Pero may tolerance naman tayo, 0.05. That's so small, no? And there is a cost estimation of $1 per unit when scrapped. So, gusto mong malaman, within the variation, magkano yung nagagastos mo kapag hindi mo na-hit yung 15 millimeters. No, so, I'm going to show you a code. I'm going to show you a code wherein this was done using R. Wait lang. Ayan. So I'm going to show you a code using R wherein we address the loss function. Okay? So here we set let's say random 10,000 units and then so i-run ko na yung buong code. Ayan. So I'll try to send this code with you guys, and if you have R, so i-run ko lang siya lahat. Wait lang po, ayan. So, ang pinaka-output nito is this graph. If you can see this graph, ayan. So sabi dito, in terms of product length, magkano yung how much you are losing if there is a variation in the process. So, wala tayong losses kapag 15 millimeters ang ating output. However, ang maximum loss natin ay nasa in this one, no? Pag nasa 14.950, so you're losing 0.05 dollars kapag na-reach mo yung 0.05 na limits natin. So in total of 10,000 units, ang total loss mo, let's say, eto, meron kang 847 dollars, no? In terms of losses, if you produce 10,000 units that play along 15 millimeters plus minus 0.05. Hindi siya direct, no? Hindi siya directly na $1 per unit. There is a cost associated throughout the variation. And it is a loss function. So ngayon, sir, paano natin ito magagamit in terms of automation? So, if i-feed natin to sa isang application, where in that application, no, nagko-collect ng data. Tapos, our algorithm will run the command simultaneously. At from the time na meron tayong real dashboard, mag-iiba-iba yung graph nito. So therefore, may real-time essence ka na, oh, teka lang, parang lumalaki yung ano natin, lumalaki yung losses natin. Baka may mali doon sa ating process. Bakit lumalaki yung variation? Nagkakaroon na ng pattern. Okay? So this is just a sample insight of in terms of quality, critical to quality, and automation, no? So, okay, stop ko na yung share. So, in conclusion, share ko lang po ulit ng aking screen. Yan. In conclusion, quality assurance is a highly important topic for every organization. Yung continuity ng business, this could be affected by commitment in terms of high quality products that satisfies, no, the customer's needs. In the same way, since the cost of poor quality incurs economic losses, organizations must look for ways of improving and optimizing their process to reduce their scraps, to reduce the reworks. Look, that's 10,000 data. We are not just sampling. We are analyzing all of them para ma-initiate natin yung losses natin, okay, yung losses natin per piece of variation. So in essence, ito siya. Data analytics, no? Marami kang data, tinatry mong buuin. Six Sigma it's a methodology that helps you to put pieces, no, in place. Machine learning gives us the pattern how they are being solved. Okay? So this came from the Leadership Network, and that ends our discussion. Maraming salamat po.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that great insight and great and insightful presentation about how machine learning and Lean Six Sigma is now being integrated with each other. Or I would say that Lean Six Sigma having embedded the concepts and practices of course advanced data practices coming from machine learning and AI and such. Thank you, Sir Jojo, for this. And we are now open to take any questions that you might have for the probably next 10 minutes. Ayan. Oops, sorry. Ayusin lang natin yung ating... And so while waiting, yan, please have your questions here in our Zoom. If you're from the YouTube channel, we have about 23 people watching via our YouTube channel. So please Send in your questions so I can read it, and Sir Jojo will of course try to answer these questions relative to our topic for tonight. While waiting for your for your questions, maybe I'll just want to share. And I've experienced also integrating data analytics now when I was doing big projects, big Lean Six Sigma projects. We have a lot of data coming from production. So what we need to do is to predict how many machines shall we activate for a given shift or a given day, given so many factors and constraints, and it was very effective, no? Parang we were able to create like an Excel based na solution that the managers of production will just have to put in certain variables. Malalaman nila, kailangan ko lang pala dito is 80 machines, hindi ko pala kailangan yung 100 machines. So imagine that solution yielded about millions of dollars of savings for the organization. So yeah, talagang it's really powerful if you know structured approaches like Lean Six Sigma and you couple it with data analytics tools and techniques. But anyways, there's a question here coming from Danica Burmas. I think two questions, but let's go with the first one. How can we apply Six Sigma in improving data analytics or data science? So, a very interesting question. So, the question is about paano naman daw i-apply ang Lean Six Sigma to improve data analytics or data science?
Yan, actually, ang ganda po ng question niya, no? Kasi nga, the second comment niya is about data science helping Six Sigma, which is really true, no? But because the practice. Ayan. Actually, I can't give a concrete answer for this one because, first, data science is so young right now, and the average span of learning data science right now in Asian countries is 4.57 years. See, if data science emerged at 2015, we are just on the average of mastering it, and we are not on the plateau. No, we have more things to learn about data science. However, no, if you are addressing Lean Six Sigma as a form of process improvement, as a form of closing the gap or the variation, I think that falls on the variation between the insights gained by the data scientist and how they are presented. Example, no? Example natin the COVID-19 data that we have. Okay, paano in-apply ang Lean Six Sigma for that? Paano natin ma-reduce yung variation ng insights coming from different data scientists about it? No? We use a certain methodology. Okay? So that comes in, no? I think it's not I will not enclose the Lean Six Sigma in a DMAIC way. However, I will enclose Lean Six Sigma in different methodologies such as DMADV, DMAIC, DFSS, etc. In that manner of getting the COVID-19 data and presenting it in every other way or in every metric possible, how can we create a good insight or a good indicator for it? Right? So, iba-iba eh. Like, for example, sa TV, iba yung data na pinakita. Pero, pwede ka magkaroon ng sarili mong insight for it. No? So, paano ma-apply? You use a demand V. We verify. Hindi lang ikaw ang magve-verify. However, you have your co-data scientist to verify your insight. That's why we called blind verification. Bibigyan ko siya ng data, o sige, check na natin if we can arrive in two or more same insight. And then after that, we address that common insight. No? Pero to totally apply Six Sigma in data science, medyo iba siya kasi they are on the same field of practice. Hindi siya ia-apply, no, on the process improvement because the data science right now is continuously improving with or without Six Sigma. Maybe it's already a Six Sigma, hindi lang natin siya nalalabelan. Just what we discussed today, na nagagamit na pala natin yung data science sa Lean Six Sigma. Hindi lang para tayo aware, no? We just need the right tools to be able to cope up just what we discussed also tonight, no? The uh, the focus is on the implementation of Six Sigma, not on the Six Sigma itself, because they are not against each other, they are with each other. No? So I think that your question will soon grow, and I think I want to revisit this webinar again kapag nag-mature na ang data science, specifically here in the Philippines. So I hope I shared some insights with you. Salamat po.
Sabi ni Miss Burmas, ang ganda po ng sagot niyo, sir. Thank you po.
And world peace. Ayan.
Maybe if I can just put my 2 cents. Sumasagot yung Siri ko dito. Ano ba yan?
Ayan.
Example
Diba?
ng machine
That
learning,
is machine learning already.
AI. So siguro ano lang, in the context of how we can apply Lean Six Sigma in data science, data analytics, of course, tama yung sinasabi ni Sir Jojo, there could be variations or ways in the process of delivering the insights needed coming from data scientists. And for as long as there's a process, virtually Lean Six Sigma as an approach is applicable. So parang yung example niya is a very relevant example na even for organizations, kunwari marami kayong data analyst, may 5 kayong data analyst, tapos binigyan ng data set, most likely the insight that can be drawn or can be extracted from the same data set could be different from analyst to analyst. So that variation, yung pagkakaiba-iba at yung tagal, halimbawa ng pag-rate ng reports, ng insight, yun naman yung pwedeng lagyan ng Lean Six Sigma. Kasi nga, Lean Six Sigma is more of waste elimination and variation reduction. So, to answer the question, basically, pwede silang, as in complementary, Lean Six Sigma to data science and data science to Lean Six Sigma. Okay? For the benefit of time being, we can only answer one more question. So if you have that question, please raise it. For those who are in the YouTube channel, ayan, please feel free to send your question. We still have one slot more for another question before we move to the next part, before we reveal yung ating link for e-certificate. If we don't have questions in the next 30 seconds, for the benefit of time being, we'll be proceeding with the next part of this particular learning session.
Sir, actually we can share how we work Lean Six Sigma with automation hand in hand. For example, itong certificate generation nyo. Yan, before, no, ayan, before talagang manual namin siyang sinesend. However, we found a way to automate the process. Wherein, ayun nga, isisend mamaya yung link, mag-fill out kayo ng link for that, and then on the back end, okay, on the back end, i-automate na namin siya to send it to your respective email in PDF. Ayan, no? So, ayun na yung mga parang maliliit na milestones na nagagawa ng Lean Six Sigma and machine learning itself.
All right, thank you, Sir Jojo, for giving another good example. And I think with the time constraint that we have for tonight, you might be having questions still about, of course, this good topic. Please feel free to connect with Sir Jojo Palisoc. You can find him at LinkedIn at Engineer Joshua Palisoc. So ayan. Thank you, Sir Jojo, for this great session. And of course,
sir. Ayan.
ayan.
Magkano daw to? Actually, sorry, it's not for sale. Ayan.
Ayan.
Magkano daw yung aking, ayan, yung Itachi sa aking background.
Oo. Ayan. So, katas yan ng data science at Lean Six Sigma. Ayan, sige. So, with that having said, again, thank you, Sir Jojo. And let me proceed with the next part, since merong hinandang surprise si Sir Jojo para sa inyo for tonight. So again, thank you, Sir Jojo, for that very good session. Please do not go yet. I-reveal po namin towards the end kung paano nyo ma-claim ang inyong mga e-certificate. Okay? So, you have to fill in the attendance form that could be found in the last part of this particular announcement. And only those with attendance details will be given an e-certificate. Attendance link that will be shared later on will close after 30 minutes. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our social media pages. We are available and ready to connect with you via Facebook, LinkedIn, of course, YouTube. And you can also visit our website at aslikesph.com and take about 60 free courses that are available in our learning management system called Alpha Digital. Gawa lang po kayo ng account sa aslikesph.com and you'll have a chance to get free e-learning with e-certificates. And also you can earn what we call alpha coins. Kapag na collect niyo po siya, na anong tawag mo dito, na consolidate niyo siya, pwede niyo po ipambayad or pangbawas ng pambayad sa mga paid courses that you can find here at Ask Like Speech Academy. We would like to invite you everyone to join our Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt. Actually, it started already today. Yung next po natin na session would be a combined Yellow Belt and Project Management Certification. Face-to-face na po ito. But this will be held here at Batangas at San Tomas Suites, FPIP, Santo Tomas, Batangas on October 29 and 30 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you're gonna get you're gonna get 2 certifications in one. So instead of you medyo hindi relevant yung poster, but instead of you paying for 15,000, you just have to pay 7,500, and if you're joining in groups, mas makaka-discount pa po kayo. If you want to know more about this, kindly send us a message through our page. So if you don't want classes because of the schedule, we have our self-paced e-learning format for our program, specifically for Yellow Belt. It's now on sale at 2,990. For our Green Belt, we are offering this at 20,000 instead of 40,000. If you're joining as a group, still live online, but if you're joining as a group, you can have more discounts. The next run will commence on October 1 to October 30 every Saturdays and Sundays from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And if you don't want again schedule, we have our self-paced Green Belt now offered at 14,990. So you can take it anytime, anywhere. But the level of content that you can get from the live online classes is the same in the self-paced format. Agile Scrum, if you're interested, you can inquire. We're trying to build, the dates are outdated, but we're trying to build a class for this. For our Black Belt, so of course, we're still offering this at a very discounted rate. You can gain your yellow, your green, your black, and so many more certifications. The next run will be on next year, January 14 to March 5, 2023. Okay, so if you really want to venture on this, but you don't have a budget, don't go away, because we have a very great announcement to make in this particular session. Okay, this is a surprise coming from Sir Jojo. This particular program is valued at around 80,000. This is confirmed with a partner that we were able to do this particular program. They're charging 80,000 per individual. But right now, before this year ends, Sir Jojo has agreed to offer this particular great program wherein you can learn data science, data analytics through Python, R, and Tableau. Okay, for a minimum amount of 9,000 pesos. How good is that? Imagine you should be paying 80,000 pesos, but we're just charging you 9,000 pesos for this run only for the last run for this year. And after completing all the requirements, you will get your Alpha Certified Data Analyst title. So if you're here right now, you're thinking about venturing into data science, this, I would say, is the least amount of investment that you can make getting that data science, data analytics credentials in the industry. Okay? Ito yung tipo ng example ng mura pero hindi hindi ka titipidin. Alam mo yon, pag ibinalik sa yung value. And we're just, we're just experimenting things out. So you might be putting all your resources into this, no? That's gonna run November 5 to November 20, Saturdays and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Again, if you're a graduating student specifically, or if you're a professional, you don't have enough resource to finance that 9,000 pesos, we have a very good announcement to make. Maya-maya lamang. Pakihintay lang po. Next. We also have our project management fundamental certification. The next one would be October 2022. Live online classes is valued at 2,490 or is offered at 2,490. And we also have our self-paced format. Yan, pwede nyo pong i-take yon, yung ating self-paced at 1,990 if I'm not mistaken. Certified Kaizen Professional, 5,000 still for the first 100 packs. We were able to graduate around 50 plus. So, kalahati na lamang po, babalik na siya sa regular rate natin. Next run will happen October 22 and 23 from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Okay. Data visualization using Tableau workshop. This is part of the CDA program, but we're venturing into master classes. If you're familiar, if you cannot afford that, if you don't have enough resources or time to do the CDA, pwede kayong mag-start sa master classes natin. The next run would be around October 15 or so, 8 a.m. to 12 noon, 4 hours of master class. And this is offered at 500 pesos instead of 1,500. Okay, this is what I'm telling you about. Combined Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt and Project Management Fundamental Certification face-to-face, 50% off. Instead of paying 15,000, we are just charging you 7,500. And what's good about this is that we were able to secure a strategic partnership with Invested. Invested is a startup that focuses on financing educational resources for students, graduating students, and they actually agreed to let our community of even non-bachelor students to apply for their loan. So meaning lahat po ng mga professionals out there na nahihirapan mag-finance ng kanilang lifelong learning needs, we were able to secure a great strategic partnership with Invested. So pwede po kayong mag-apply ng loans para i-finance ang inyong mga lifelong learning programs and certifications under ASDEX through Invested. Ayan, kami po ang kauna-unahang lifelong learning organization na nakakuha ng gantong status kay Invested. So, moving forward, yun pong mga nakikita yung programs, we will be able to make some arrangements para yun po ay mai-apply nyo ng loan. So, yung loan of course is not guaranteed. It will go through the Invested application approval process. So, kung sino po yung makaka-avail nito, you can, I think, you have like 12 months to up to 36 months na pwede nyo siyang bayaran kay Invested. And I think the interest rate is, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember it right, is around 2 to 2.5%, which is 50% lesser compared to similar platforms like Invested. So kung interested kayo mag-black belt, wala kayong pang-finance, gagawa natin ng paraan yan. Pero for now, ang naka-queue pa lang natin for the experimental run is for the combined Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt and PMFC. So yung in-announce natin kanina na kay Sir Jojo na CDA at tsaka yung sa Green Belt, yung sa Black Belt, especially the high ticket programs, gagawan po natin ng paraan yan. So hopefully this has been a great news for lifelong learnings and the Alpha Nation who is present here, especially dun sa mga nag-start na or nakasama na namin for quite some time dito sa Alpha community. And also, we have yan, nakikita niyo po sa likod ko, the Alpha Leadership Acceleration Bootcamp or ALAB. This program has been kicked off today, kaninang umaga po, and we are giving away 90% discount to the first 50 participants. So instead of paying 50,000 pesos, binibigay lang po namin ito ngayon for 5,000 pesos. Para saan ba yan? You will learn how to lead yourself, understanding your strengths. You will learn how to lead other people. gaining skill set from complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, collaboration and communication, and you will learn how to lead organizations through strategic management, project management, and change management. So lahat ng yan matututunan nyo in this bootcamp that will run from October 22 up until last weekend of November. So from 50,000 down to 5,000. And we're also trying to make arrangements with Invested para makasama to dun sa lineup nila ng pwedeng i-apply for a loan. Ayan. So most of the programs you can apply for group discounts. Join kayo as 5, but you only have to pay for 4 people. We are actively looking for organizational partners and as well as individual ambassadors. So if you're interested, please just send us a message in our Facebook page. And I invite everyone to, of course, visit our website for more learning opportunities via aslexspeech.com/courses or the Alpha Digital. So if you're into review for CIE, we have, please visit iExcel CIE Review Center. And also, you can visit Grace Apparel. If you're into podcasts, please visit our official podcast partners page, Startup Podcast PH, at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And there you go. Yan po. So, please, ayan, eto na po. I am typing now the link to, of course, to our e-certificate. So please make sure that you will be able to fill out the certificate correctly so that hindi kayo magka-problema pag nag-distribute na kami. So complete the form, middle initial, not name. Okay, please take note of that. Enter correct email address. Siyempre, pag pumali ang email address natin, hindi talaga ma-reach ng aming end yung inyong end for the e-certificate in PDF. Yan. So, of course, medyo madami rin po kaming backlog. We're just doing service but we're spreading ourselves too thinly. So, pag paumanhin nyo po, pag minsan nakakameron tayo ng delays dun sa ating mga e-certificate. But rest assured, this will be distributed in the next coming week. Okay, so with that, I think that's gonna be all. Maraming salamat po for tuning in and joining us on a Saturday night, learning about how Six Sigma is being complemented by machine learning. With that, maraming salamat po. Thank you kay Sir Jojo. Thank you sa lahat ng mga nag-attend, and hopefully we see you again on the next episode of our Alpha TV webinar series and also in our paid programs. Hanggang sa muli, paalam! Ayan. Let's continue to be #significantly better together. Bye! Thank you!
Bye. Thank you.